Hi, I'm Scotty. Welcome to Scotties Clock World. I've put the going train wheels in. We're checking the bushings and we'll get a close-up on this one here that is absolutely atrocious. This one here. Watch this. Once I get it level. Look at it moving around. That'll definitely have to be rebushed. Alright, so we'll get the bushing tools out and we'll get into it. This is the first wheel we're going to bush. You can see how sloppy the pinion is in the bush. This is the first one we'll do. We'll do the top and the bottom. We always do them in pairs to balance them out. Right, first thing we'll do, we'll take the plates apart. One. Two. Then with a felt tip pen. We'll mark which bushings we're going to work on so we don't get them messed up. Back plate. I'll just check that front plate. That's pretty good actually. We'll do the back one, check it, and then we'll see whether we've got to do the front one. Right. We'll put the wheel with that pivot down so we know which one we're working on. Put the top plate aside. Then from our toolbox, select the centering tool, that one there, and put it into the bushing machine. Tighten the grub screw down. Loosen these two arms. Well, we forgot. Put a barrel in there. And then line up the centering tool in the middle of the bush hole. Open that up, drop that in, tighten that down. The other side won't fit, so we'll have to hold it securely while we ream it out. Yep, that's in the center, right. That's the first step. Take the centering tool out. There. Now we've got to find the diameter of this pinion. 1.65 mil. Put the vernier away. Jot that down. .65. Now we go to our box of bushes and read along and find the nearest to 1.65. Number 50 bush is 1.65. We normally go down one and then broach it out, but we'll try and see how this one goes. Number 50, 50, that's number 50 there. I'll get a thinner set of tweezers. Put that on our palm. There it is. Then we'll take the wheel and try to fit the wheel into the bush. It goes in and it's a little bit loose. So we'll go down to the next size, number 49. We'll put the 50 bush in first. 50, that one there. We'll get a number 49. Put that aside for a minute. With our tweezers. Put on our palm again. Test it. And the pinion does not fit into it. So that's the size we'll need. That aside, write down the number 49. Then we have to look to see what size hole we need to drill to fit the bush. And it's 3.50. 3.50 mil. We've written all that down there so we can't make a mistake if we try to memorize it. Number 49 bush, 1.65 mil internal measurement, 3.50 external measurement. We'll put the bushes aside. Then we'll come over to our tool set and look for our reamers. Now that is 0.47, 3.47 mil. That's our final size hole that we'll ream out with a broach. So we go down 3 sizes from that, and that is 2.47 mil. We put that in first. Loosen that off. Tighten that up in the machine. That aside. A bit closer, that looks better. Now, we're now going to ream this hole out. I'll hold the plate. Make sure it doesn't move, though it's clamped down pretty tightly. And slowly ream that hole out. First one done. Put it back in the toolbox so we don't lose it. Take out the next size, 2.97. Put it into the tool. Once again, lower it down and slowly ream the hole out with medium to light pressure. You don't want to push too hard. There we go. Second one's done. Now 3.47 reamer. This is our final one. Hold the plate and carefully wind it round. There we go, that's the final size of the hole. It's a bit tight. Now change the tool over. We're going to push the bushing in now. Here's our hammer. Take the bush, put it on the back plate with the sinkhole pointing out, and then align it in the hole carefully with a set of tweezers. And bring the top of the tool down. Give it a light tap with the hammer. Make sure it's centered and it's flat. Then a harder hit. And there it is. The bushing's in. That's the raw bushing in there. We now have to broach it out so that it fits the wheel. Right, now we select the broach. To fit the bush. That's the one we want. All right. Open up a bit more. We'll put that in a pin vise to hold it. It's got it tightly. Now insert the broach into the bush. We have to align the broach 90 degrees all the way around there, so it's perpendicular to the plate. If you do it at a different angle, it's going to create friction in the bush and the wheel's not going to spin properly. So there we have it. You can align the broach with these pillars if you like for a little bit of help, and slowly turn the broach just a few times, remove it, test it on the pinion, and it fits, but it's just a tiny little bit tight. So we'll take that out. Line it up, get it perpendicular. Another couple of turns. Test it again. Right, we'll now put the wheel between both plates and we'll see how freely it runs. And the top plate. That aligned. Put in a couple of screws to hold it in place. And there. One in the center. Still feels a bit tight, which is what we want. We don't want it to be loose and sloppy. Still a bit tight. Okay, we'll take a little bit more out with the broach. Only a couple of turns. because broaches are very efficient cutting tools. One or two twists too many and you're back where you started. You've got to start rebushing all over again. Okay, into the bush. Line it up, get the perpendicular. Couple of turns. Back in. Top plate on. Make sure we've aligned it properly. Yep, that's in. Now a couple of screws into the posts. One there. Line that, it's fallen into place. One in there. Tighten them in a little bit. See what we got. See how freely that's moving. Check it for end plate, which should be good because it's moving so well. You can see that there. The wheel moving backwards and forwards. Excellent. Well, that's the first one. We're almost finished. One more step to go. We'll take the screws out. Put them back in our tray so we don't lose them. Take the plates apart. The wheel back over there. This is a cutting broach. It's a 5-sided cutting tool and is very, very efficient. It removes material inside bushes very quickly, and you've got to be very careful when you're using it. Now, once you've got the correct size for your bush, for the pinion, the last thing you do is run over it with one of these, which is a burnisher. A burnisher doesn't cut. It just smooths off the inside diameter. So we line that up, spin it round, and that'll smooth it inside, remove any burr that there may be there. So that's now finished. That's the complete sequence. Now I'll finish the rest off camera. After I've done that, I'll come back and we'll put the movement back together again between the plates, including the springs, which we've already cleaned, and put them in, and then oil it and see how smoothly it runs. This is the rack hook right here. .63 mil. Jot that down.